Long way, get this shit a long way, hit the long way, long way, hit the long way, 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 shit, long way, long shit, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a long way, gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand. She be tripping every day, she be tripping every way, but I gotta get the shit a long way, tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, every day we gotta get paid, I'm feeling like we be the new slaves, no we gotta finish rich, no we gotta finish rich, got a new bitch, she don't understand rich, she don't understand, she's gotta get rich, she don't understand, sometimes we gotta hit lit, no we ain't hit lit, tryna get the long way, tryna get the shit the long way, Coach is tryna wrap up an entree, told you the other day that did my phone strong, we gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, get the shit the long way, my bitch be trippin' back and forth like a pong way, my name's Atari, I ain't playing games, so I'm done talking, yesterday she told me that she bout to leave, I said fuck it bitch, we gon' get some money, I said fuck it bitch, I'm about to get some money, so what I do today, I want to get some money, cause we gon' get the shit the long way, we gon' get the shit the long way, back and forth like the pong way, man, I'ma get the shit the long way, get the shit the long way, just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy, we gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day, we be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, for so we gon' get the shit the long way, we gon' get the shit the long way, we gon' get the shit the long way, we get the shit the long way, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, we gon' get the long way,
What's up, everybody? Hello, welcome everybody. Surprise Sunday, because you guys know I don't come on normally like I used to anymore, just because anyway, because like repeating the same thing sometimes, and sometimes that just gets boring. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, my name is LJ Young, and I am the founder of SMD, SavingsMinusDebt. Welcome. And I am here to share my gift. And what you're probably thinking, well, what is your gift, Mr. Smarty Pants? My gift is that I understand that capitalism is psychological. It's all psychological. Everything psychological. None of this could work without debt slaves. You're probably thinking, who are debt slaves? People that believe they own shit with no money. People think they own properties and buildings and businesses with no money of their own, none. They think they own it. Those are debt slaves. And it's all, and the psychological part is this, so you guys can understand, if this is you, debt slaves, that if you still, even with me saying this, and if you still believe you are a homeowner, or you believe you have equity and appreciation in a house you didn't have the money to buy, that's the psychological part, because everything you're saying is not mathematically true, but yet you still believe it is. That's a psychological problem. Like if you said, I truly believe 1 + 1 = 3, everybody around you, if there was like 100 people standing in front of you and you had a microphone in the middle of them and you said, I believe 1 + 1 = 3, everybody in the crowd would believe you have a psychological problem because it's not 3. You see what I'm saying? Everybody, there would be no one person to raise their hand. Well, maybe I think it is 3. No, you would never get that. Okay. That's a psychological problem. So if you believe you bought a house for 20%, they say, hey, put 20% down. If you believe you bought a house for 20% of the purchase price, that means you have a psychological problem. And even it's worse It's even worse with FHA mortgages, right? 3.5% down. If you believe you bought a house for 3.5% of the purchase price of a house, that means you have a psychological problem because that's not mathematically true. Okay. That's my gift. Everything you see wouldn't exist without you guys. Debt slaves, none of this. None of this could exist without you. None of it. 401ks, retirement plans, stock market, cryptocurrency, gold, silver, platinum, paper money. None of this would exist without you because you are the currency. Debt slaves, it's you. You are everything. And that's okay. Listen, when I'm telling you guys this is I'm not saying this in a bad way. The system is just the system. I don't know who designed it. They're obviously masters at what they do because they got millions of you guys believing you're homeowners with mortgages when it's not true, mathematically true. It's not even true. But millions of you guys are doing it. It's crazy, but absolutely bananas. And so crazy. When I was a debt slave, when I was in debt, they always try to make you believe the wealthy are trying to hold you back or keep you down or I'm here to tell you that none of that is true. No, the wealthy are not holding the banks are not doing anything to you. The wealthy are not keeping all the money from you. You're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. If you believe you can buy a house with student loan debt older than the house, that makes you the currency because that's not mathematically true. You can't do that. You can't say if you have a mortgage, you can't say for retirement. You can't invest in the stock market, cryptocurrency, gold, silver, whatever. You have no money to do anything. But if you believe if you believe you can still, even though it defies all the laws of mathematics, that makes you the currency. It has nothing to do with the generation you were born or how old you are today or what year it was when the money did this and that. And like here, let me give you an example, debt slave. So you guys know, okay. The majority of you guys think because back in the 70s when President Nixon took the US dollar off the gold standard, you guys thought that did something to the currency and hey, it made it do this and that. No, it doesn't matter if gold or silver. It's you're the currency. It doesn't matter what he did back then. That means that to you that means something. To us, to people that understand, it doesn't matter what he's doing because you are the currency. No currency exists for you can't own currency if you are the currency. That's how it works. That's why most of you guys that watch my shorts, and there's a lot of you guys watching my shorts, a lot of you probably won't admit it, but there's a lot of you. That's why the majority of you guys don't understand anything I'm saying in my video. Oh, that's dumb. It makes no sense. You're stupid. I hope nobody's paying you. You know how I look at that? You guys are hating mathematics because that's all I'm quoting. I'm just quoting what I'm seeing on the calculator. Now, when you say you don't like me or I'm stupid, what you're really saying is this: math is dumb, math is stupid. Anybody that believes in math is dumb also. That's what you're saying to mathematics. You're not talking to me, you're talking to math because everything I say agrees with math. So if you don't listen, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, even though it's mathematically true, that means you have a psychological problem. That's not my problem. Like here, let me give you an example. So you guys, debt slaves, you guys really don't get it, but I'll show it to you. Okay. Say like, say like you have a mortgage on your personal house, and then you take out a second mortgage and put it down on the third for a rental property so you can make some extra income. That's what you're saying. You're probably thinking, okay, I'll take out a second mortgage on my house and then take a rental property, put it down on the rental property. Then I can put a renter in it and have the renter pay for it. You guys all run the same program. I have a renter pay for it, and then the extra money is in my pocket. That's what you think. But you guys don't understand that the only thing you have is 3 mortgages. First of all, it's already bad enough that you got 2 mortgage. Having 2 mortgages on one house means you don't understand why you needed the first mortgage because now you have 2 on the same house. And then you take that money and put it down on a third mortgage for a rental property, and then you put a renter in it, and then you think you think the renter's paying for the house and you're profiting. No, you're not. You have 3 mortgages. With all you This is all you got to do, okay? So you can see how much you're profiting when you put the renter in the rental property. Okay, this is all you have to do. Go get the full balance on your first mortgage, and then get the full balance on your second mortgage, and then you get your full balance, get the mortgage balance of the first mortgage, the mortgage balance of the second mortgage, and then the mortgage balance of the rental property. Add those all together, and then put a negative in front of it. Now you put the say like you put a renter in there, and the rent, the mortgage is 1,000, the renter's paying 2,000. You think you're profiting 1,000, so you take that 1,000 minus all those mortgages together, and then hit enter, and you see the calculator. That's your profit right there. 1,000 minus the totality of all three mortgages together. 1,000 minus that number. That's your profit. You are so far away from profit, your head will spin. I don't know what you're looking at, but that seems like I don't think you have enough lifetimes to do that. You're not going to live long enough to pay off three mortgages with one renter in a rental property. You're not doing that. That's not even true. Exactly, Nick. Cash flow's a lie. You know why? You know why you guys always mention cash? This is why they always add adjectives and pronouns to fucking cash, because it's not cash. You guys think equity is cash. You think appreciation is cash. No, it's not. Appreciation is appreciation. Equity is equity. It's not money. The only person that can turn equity into money is the bank. They're the only person that can. They're the only business that. Excuse me. They're the only privately owned business that can turn equity into cash. Other than that, it's called equity. Why do you think the bank reaches out to you when housing prices go up? Hey, look, your house appreciated. Why don't you pull out some equity, and you guys do it? That's called business. You think they're doing it because they like you? You know why they're doing it? Because they know you believe you own the house, and you own nothing, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing, because it's you. You're the equity, you're the appreciation, you're everything. You guys are the 401k plans. You guys are the after tax Roth IRAs, the cryptocurrency, the life insurance policies. It's you. You guys are all that because you have no money to buy any of that. That makes you that. You're the 401k match. It's you. You're the lottery. You guys are everything. Without you, it couldn't exist. None of this could exist without you. Big ass CarMax, car lots, all those things, they couldn't exist without you. You know why you know why CarMax is so big? Because you guys don't know you can't buy cars with car loans. Car loans buy people, not cars. You know why they let you roll negative equity into a new car loan? Because all of you, the majority of you guys are upside down. If they didn't allow it, guess what? Everybody would go out of business if they stop allowing that. They have to allow that. You think the banks want to roll negative equity into a new car? That's more risk on them. But if they didn't do it, they wouldn't. The majority of car loan applications would be denied because you guys are so far upside down. It's better to have you guys in the refinance car loan loop. That's very profitable. Nick says, if you trade in Bitcoin or stocks and debt, you are the Bitcoin, you are the stock, you're everything. Hey, Nick, it couldn't exist. The stock market couldn't exist without debt slaves. I hope you, hey, S&P family, I hope you guys are listening. You guys got to really let this soak in. The stock market is not what they think it is because it's them. They have no money to do that, but so they're investing the bank's money. Obviously, duh. They have no money. Like if you have student loan debt, and you're investing in, if your student, put it this way, if your student loan debt is older than your stock market investment, guess what? You're the stock. It's you, because you can't do that. That goes against the laws of mathematics. If if you're if if like, here's another one. Okay, I always use this one, and it's not in a negative way. Okay, all right, it's just business. Okay, but since Dave Ramsey's so popular, he's a really good example. Okay, Dave Ramsey says Pay off all your debt except for your mortgage, okay? And then further down in the baby steps, it says start investing 15% into retirement. Well, if you have a mortgage, listen, if you have a mortgage, you can't invest 15% into retirement because you don't have 15% to invest in anything. But if you believe you do, you are the retirement plan for somebody else. It's you. You're the retirement plan. That makes you the retirement plan when you invest with no money. You can't you cannot invest in the retirement while having student loan debt older. You can't have student okay, your student loan debt. It cannot be older than your retirement plan. Do you understand? It cannot. Vanguard is you. You guys are Vanguard. Without you believing you can invest with money you don't have, Vanguard couldn't exist without that. They're one of the biggest retirement plan investor bloggity bullshit. Whatever. I don't. I mean, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Hey, they do what they do. But I'm just telling you, just like car lots, they couldn't exist without you guys, debt slaves. Without you, fees. You guys don't understand all that shit. Percentages. Listen, if you don't know how much debt you're in today, like say like you're a person, you don't even know the exact amount you owe in student loan debt down to the dollar. Okay. Say like you don't know. That means you don't own yourself, nor plus you don't even know you don't own yourself. So when you see percentages and stuff like that about, hey, what's your how much it's so crazy to even talk about right now. Hey, how much you think you're gonna need at age 65 and 70? How much you with $2 million, $3 million? You don't even know how much debt you're in today. Of course, you're not gonna have that answer. You're not even close to having that answer. Because anybody that asks you that, when they ask you that, if I was standing there, I would turn to you and say, "Do you know how much debt you're in today, right now, the present moment?" If you said no, then I would turn to you and say, "Then don't worry about how much money you think you're going to need at age 65 because you don't even know how much money you need today. So don't worry about it." But that is business. That's the when you guys hear about life insurance policies and retirement plans, that's designed to keep you thinking about the future. Anything to keep you about thinking about the present. That's the goal, to keep everything's in the future. You pay your car off in the future, you pay your house off in the future. When you're going to retirement, at what age? When you don't own yourself, you believe retirement is an age. It's not an age. That's that is not an age. That's a choice. You get to choose when you want to retire. It's you. But you got to put in the work. It just ain't gonna come to you. I hope you guys are not thinking like that. Like there's some magical trick, or with all these guys on YouTube that sell you guys a bunch of bullshit. It's like none of it makes. Listen, half of the people you guys listen to on YouTube, they make absolutely no mathematical sense at all. None. Zero. Zero. People telling you you can own properties and houses with mortgages. That's not mathematically true. None of that. Mortgages by people, not houses. Car loans by people. Sure do. Yeah, sure do. If you believe it takes 84 months to pay off one car, that's a psychological problem. You got a problem. If your finance car needs new tires and you got to finance the tires to put on the car, that's a psychological problem. If you're financing tires, you're financing brakes, hey, listen, if you're financing a repair on your finance car, that is a problem. I wanted to come back to Dennis's thing. He says he bought a new iPhone 13 Pro Max, 1 terabyte, Apple Cash, the only way, even Apple, no, excuse me, Apple Care Cash, and even the people at Apple store guy was like, "God damn, I ain't seen that in a while." See, and I want you guys that if you're just coming in, I want you to really understand something, okay? The reason why, so you guys really understand the world that we live in, okay? I'm used to those kind of responses now. That's not really a big deal to me anymore because I'm used to it. But when you hear a guy at Apple that sees, listen, you guys see how many people, Apple stores are always packed, always packed. Here's Dennis walking in, paying cash for the phone. The guy back there, who knows how many transactions he's been through, and he comes across a guy and he's amazed that somebody paying cash. That should tell you the rareness of what just happened. If he's like, wow, I've never seen that, and he's wild, he sees who knows how many people he sees a day or during a week or kind of how many years he's worked there, and he's amazed that somebody paying cash. That's if that was normal, he wouldn't have said nothing. But since the Apple employee said something, that should tell you how many people are coming into Apple buying that shit on credit. You guys are debt slaves. Apple couldn't exist without you guys, debt slaves, financing they shit. That's called business. I don't hate on Apple. Look at their headquarters, okay? Look at their headquarters. Doesn't that say we're making money? That their headquarters say we're making money. Look how we designed our building. When you own yourself, you know how I look at companies like Apple and Amazon and Walmart. I look at them totally different. Warren Buffett, Grant Cardone. I look at everybody different now that I own myself. I look at Apple or Amazon, you know what I say to myself? Damn, I got a long ways to go. God damn it. They got a good old head start. I'm sure Bezos, their family probably already knew that capitalism was psychological. They just passed that shit down to the family. That's an automatic. Once you understand this information, you're going to automatically pass it down to your children. That's not even going to be an option. That's, hey, this is just the way it is. This is how you do it. I look at Walmart, I'm like, damn, they got a store in damn near multiple stores in multiple states. You know how long it would take me to catch up with that kind of income coming in? That takes some generations right there. That, God damn it, they got started on me. They got started before me. I don't look at anything less now. I don't look at, it's just when you understand that the debt slaves are the currency and you understand how it all works. Now I can clearly see why the penalty is so severe for tax evasion. I clearly understand why. Now, when you're a debt slave, you just be so confused. Oh man, how come a person doing tax evasion can get the same prison time as a person that murdered somebody? You guys be so stuck on that instead of taking a step back and say to yourself, yeah, why is that? Don't be angry at why it is, or just take a step back and say, there's got to be for a reason. You didn't hurt nobody. These are just numbers that I'm hiding paper or whatever the fuck it is, right? You got to take a step back and say, well, why is that? Once you own yourself and you come on the other side, you're like, oh, that's why that is. Okay, because it's the backbone of the whole economy. Got it. Okay, I won't be doing none of that. No tax evasion, hiding money, pretending I didn't make it, or whatever. Because you can't. What you guys don't know, debt slaves, is this: you guys are the currency, and if you're the currency, that means you don't understand mathematics controls everything. That's a clear understanding. All we got to do is look at your personal credit report and know exactly what to do with you. That's not hard. I'm sure. I'm sure if there's IRS agents right now that understand that capitalism is psychological and they come across somebody trying to do tax evasion, you guys are so easy to see. You guys have no idea. It might as well be dark and you're holding a glow stick. So like there's a whole bunch of people, it's pitch black. I gotta find you in the pitch black dark, but you're wrapped. No, excuse me. You are wrapped in glow sticks. That's how obvious it is to see you. That's how obvious. I just go straight to your credit report. It will tell me how you're handling the business of you. That's where I start. Because people like me that understand, guess what? Our credit reports are blank. There's nothing on it. It's just a whole bunch of zeros. I'm not talking about the credit score. I'm talking about within the credit report, not the credit score. Within the credit report, you know, all those businesses that you owe total of numbers and debt to. Yeah, all those people say zero to me. I don't owe no. That means my credit report shows I own myself. So when I walk in the bank at age 52, and they say like if I ever needed, let's say a business loan, I go get a business loan. The first thing they're gonna do is run my personal credit report to see how I'm doing with the business of myself. That's the first check. Once they run my credit report, they're gonna clearly see that nobody owns me and hasn't owned me for years. Right there, they're gonna know I know that capitalism is psychological. Yep, they're gonna know right away. They're going to know that he's here for a specific business reason. He's not here to get a loan on a car or a boat or down money down on a property and all this bullshit. No, he's here for a specific reason with a plan. Here's the plan. I need X amount. This money will be all paid back by this date or earlier. There will be a plan. There's a plan in place. That's why I'm even there. I wouldn't go get a business loan without a plan. What's up, Lonzo? What's up, Dorian? Nick says a bunch of college buddies are silent since the crypto drop. I was explaining to them they should pay off their debt first, and now they lost money investing in crypto with fake money. Exactly. I mean, cryptocurrency is like the wild, wild west for rich people. No rules and a whole bunch of debt slaves. Because you guys really don't understand debt slaves. You are the cryptocurrency, but you don't know that. You're every currency. It's you. So imagine getting a whole bunch of debt slaves to believe in something that is themselves, believing that they're going to get rich, just like the lottery. It's no different than the lottery, but this is just unregulated. And it's like, you guys don't know it's you. If they didn't break Bitcoin up into Bitcoin crumbs, you guys couldn't play. Wow, what does that look like? That looks like the stock market. If they didn't break it up in pieces, you guys couldn't play. You guys, can any debt slave, can you guys go buy a Birchway, Hathaway stock, whatever the name that is? Can you go buy that in cash? No, of course not. And you never will. Only people with money do that. Not people with student loan debt talking about they're buying stocks. You haven't even invested in yourself. Yep. They were so sure they were going to make money. Now they lost the money, and the debt is growing in interest. Sure is. That's a win. Hey, Nick, that's a win-win for the bank. Debt slaves have no money. They borrow money from the bank to invest. So if they win in an investment, guess what? The bank wins. If they lose the investment, guess what? The bank still wins because they still got to make the payments for the money with interest. That's like they get the interest there, and they're going to get the interest in the investment. That's like a win-win. Banks, man, they've been at this shit for centuries. Believe that. How long does it take to pay off that cup of coffee from Starbucks? Well, you got to remember, Alonzo, debt slaves have no money. So debt slaves are financing coffee. And then, this was so crazy. Like when you're debt slaves, you guys don't know. Like I remember, well, it's different when you're outside. When I was a debt slave, okay, so let's just use Starbucks, okay? They got the Starbucks card that if you put money on this card, you can, get free coffee or do something, whatever, some kind of perks, right? Now I understand this is business, okay? But I'm just giving you guys from outside the debt matrix perspective. Like when I was in it, I was like, why would I use your card when I can just use my own card? Why do I have to take money from my account and put it in your account? For what? That's what I said to myself, right? That doesn't make any sense. So back then, I just never did it. No, I'm good. I'll just use my card. If I get a coffee, I do or don't, right? But now that I'm outside the debt matrix, I understand that capitalism is psychological, because if they get a whole bunch of you guys to put money on cards, guess what? They get interest from all that money. That's free money. Free. People getting cards, losing cards, can't find it, money's on it. They just like, screw it. I don't care. That's free money. Earning interest off. Hey, get this free, buy. And hey, if you use your card and you buy 10 coffees, you get one free. That if you buy 10 coffees, you're not getting anything free. I promise you that. That's just like Amazon. If you're a Prime member, you get free 2-day shipping. Well, if I'm paying a Prime membership, I'm not getting 2-day free shipping. It's not free. But I get it. It's business. I totally get it. Totally understand it. But I do understand that the shipping's not free. I do that. Are the people delivering the packages? Are they doing it for free? Of course not. Are the people packaging my product from the warehouses to put it on the truck to get it to? Are they doing it for free? No. Then why would I believe my shipping is free? I don't. I understand. I get it. It's business. Features of the system are easier to see when you own a bit. Exactly. I'm getting into, I'm slowly understanding the business side of taxes, right? And at first it's intimidating because if you're coming from a W-2 to it, say like you're a W-2 worker and you're over there harping about how angry you are with taxes. Taxes are so high and bad and evil, right? And then you go from a W-2 to a 1099 with the same attitude that taxes are bad. Guess what you're not going to do? You're not going to pay your taxes because when you become a 1099, you're responsible for your own taxes. And if you already come over with that mindset that taxes are bad, if you got feelings about taxes, that says you don't know about taxes, because I would stop and say, hey, why do you feel that way about a thing? Taxes are a thing. I'm angry at taxes. Why are you attaching your feelings to a thing? I don't get it. That's like, say like there was a bird feeder outside back of your house at your friend's house, and you walked outside and said, I hate that bird feeder. People would look at you like, why are you getting angry at a bird feeder? That's the same thing. Okay. That says you don't understand it. That's what that means. You don't understand how it works. That's why you're mad. And then you come over as a 1099 and not pay your taxes. You guys are going to go you guys have this mindset. Oh, I'm small. They won't bother me. I'm the little guy. I don't really make it. And then you guys will go 2, 3, 4 years. Of course, and of course you're going to stop filing your taxes because you don't want to claim the money that you've been making during 1099. It just all falls into place. And then one day they're going to come knocking on the door. Now you got to remember, they're there for a reason. Okay, the IRS are not going to come to people that understand how it works, because they could just look at the math and say, oh, okay, he's clearly following the rules. We don't need to come by his place and visit anything because they all match up. His numbers match with ours. But if they're knocking on your door, they already have the answers. They already know what you didn't do. They're probably going to come, and this is just speculation. Maybe they're coming to see how much you're going to lie about it. Maybe they're looking to see if you're going to ignore the letter that they sent to your house. Hey, I'm going to just pretend I didn't live here anymore. Whatever you guys think. See how much you lie? See, you guys run out and get a lawyer, like the lawyer has something to do with the laws of mathematics. No, they're just prolonging the torture or something. I don't know. I don't know the purpose of I honestly, when I think about it, I don't really know the purpose of a tax lawyer from a person that's clearly committing tax evasion. I have no idea what a lawyer can do. Maybe they can lessen your time. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the purpose. But that makes no sense to me. But anyway, you probably be better off of saying, hey, IRS, I didn't file my taxes. You're right. I'm not going to even lie. They're probably going to look at you and say, yeah, we already knew that. We're just going to see if you're going to prolong this torture, make us spend extra time preparing for a case that you're going to lose. They're going to make you pay. That costs money. They don't have enough resources to watch everybody in the United States. Okay, they don't have those kind of resources. So if here's a person that's clearly doing tax evasion, you decide to get a lawyer and take it to court and do all this other stuff. When you're clearly doing tax evasion, you have to pay for that. I feel sorry for. Man, well, that's a that's a feeling too. I better stop saying that too. Let's see. What's up, Andre? And that's true, Nick. Debt slaves, we can see you. Okay. And I know when you hear me talk like that, you think I'm speaking from a movie or something, like, oh, who he think he is? He has X-ray. No, well, I mean, it's like X-ray vision. It's a psychological thing. So I'm trying my best to describe it to you physically. That's this. I don't, and I'm working on that, right? But we can hear the way you speak when you guys talk about money and finances. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube financial videos that are telling you guys things that make apps that break all the laws of mathematics. None of it makes any sense, none of it. But that's a choice for you guys to believe it or not. I don't really care what they do. And honestly, those hundreds of thousands of videos, those are necessary for psychological capitalism. They cause confusion. You guys don't know who to trust. You don't know who to trust with your money or to help you invest right and all this other stuff. I totally get it. I totally get it. But all you got to do is look at the calculator. That's it. That's all you have to do. And you got to trust it, because math is a mathematical fact. It's not a belief. It's not a sort of kind of. It's fact. 1 + 1 = 2. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It doesn't. It won't change. 1 + 1 will equal 2 50 years from now, 100 years from now, 500 years from now. 1 + 1 will equal 2. That will never change, ever. Their taxes are higher. Their fees are higher. Their insurance is higher. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, like clockwork. See, and even see, see, with Andre bringing up the clock, this is what you guys don't understand too, debt slaves. If you are always constantly looking at the clock, that means the clock owns you. That's what that means. If you're always looking at your time, hey, what time is it? And if you're always rushing out the door, rushing home, that's, you know why? Because the clock owns you. When you own yourself, the only time you don't really understand. Like, even when I was in the debt matrix, I used to hear, hey man, the clock is a tool. Now, when you're a debt slave, you're gonna think, well, duh, of course it's a tool, or whatever. You're gonna look at the clock. Yeah, I need it because all these appointments and due dates and stuff like that. I need that, and the calendar too. Calendar and clock, they go together. Those are tools. I only use them when I need them. Appointments, any kind of appointment. I need a clock and I need a calendar. But if I have no appointments with anybody, business wise, personal wise, I don't look at the clock or the calendar or the days of the week because I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Now, when I was coming out of the debt matrix, that was a hard to let go of, to release the clock and the time and the dates and the salaries that took a minute. That was part of the program. I had to let go. I was like, oh, I was feeling bad. I don't even know what time of day it is. I don't know what the time is. I don't know what day it is. Man, I feel bad. I feel late. No, no, no. That's just the residuals leaving from the debt matrix. Now they're probably reading this and saying, what the F is he talking about? Taxes are good. Taxes can help you become wealthy. If you understand them, you won't feel this. What? All my friends hate taxes, and so do I. Taxes are high over here. They're telling, man, these taxes are getting so high, they're causing us to really? Not everybody. All you gotta do is, if you start saying, like, say like you feel like you're getting pushed out of a neighborhood because of taxes. This is what you do. You turn around and say, is it me and all my friends being pushed out? And then when you see all the people push out, go drive back in the neighborhood. You'll still see people there. You got to ask yourself, well, why did they not get pushed out? That's what happens when you own your home. When you own your home, nobody can push you out. If you own a house and they raise the taxes in your neighborhood, you wouldn't care. You would just understand that's just part of doing business. So what? Because you cannot compare a monthly mortgage to yearly taxes. Okay, there is no comparison to that. None, zero. Taxes are expensive for debt slaves because you guys are in debt. Gas prices are expensive because you have car payments. Property taxes on homes are expensive is because you have a mortgage. That's why it's expensive, because you have a mortgage. If you didn't have a mortgage, taxes wouldn't be expensive. You get it? That's why when you guys see my shorts, I know you guys be like, what the hell is he talking about? They're starting to, man, those shorts are getting thousands of views, thousands. I'm getting more subscribers than I can't believe it's happening this fast. I'm getting so many subscribers now, bananas. I get almost 300 in like what, 2 weeks? Now you're probably thinking, well, that's nothing. These guys over here, they got millions of. When you come to this channel and you compare me to somebody, some other channel, first you got to ask yourself, are they in the same genre? Are you? Am I comparing somebody that's talking about changing your life to somebody that talks about gossip? That's a different genre. That's like comparing a rapper to a country music star. Who's better, Garth Brooks or Lil Wayne? Everybody would be like, "What? What are you? What are you talking about? One's country and one's rap." Yeah, exactly. You know how hard it is to get 300 people to subscribe to something that they've never heard of in their entire lives? That takes a lot. That's like 300 of the subscribers I get is like, I put it like, I'm gonna say 30,000 to a popular gossip channel. 30,000 subscribers. I see debt slaves all the time, especially close friends and family, buying cars, buying homes, and taking vacation when I know they have student loans. That's very, what's up, Wayman? Very, that's a very difficult one to see. I see that happened to me recently, and they started going in about mortgages and interest rates. It was very hard for me to just keep my mouth shut, because I tell you guys, I'm not pulling my mask down in public no more. I don't do that, because I understand the majority must be in debt for it to all work. I get it. I understand it. Not trying to disrupt it. Not trying to do anything, because it's beautiful. I, you guys have no idea how much I respect this capitalist system. Psychological capitalism is a masterpiece. It's absolute. It clearly took centuries, generations of families to get this in place. Had to. Sometimes I even think, like, when you understand capitalism is psychological, you just think about different. You think about everything differently. So like the United States before they was the United States, right? Everybody couldn't have thought, okay, capitalism is the way to go. You know what I'm saying? What if some state said, no, we don't believe in capitalism. We're going to do it this way. See what I'm saying? It couldn't, as much as people disagree right now, just Republican, Democrat, you think everybody in the United States just agreed it was going to be capitalism? Nah, no, no. So, hey, something had to be, speculation had to be forced, maybe. I don't know. But that takes a powerful mind. Believe that. Powerful. And then they say, okay, now that we're all joined, we are going to use this paper for everybody. What if everybody said, now, well, we don't like that paper? Well, this is what we're going to use. You don't like it? In my mind, I'm thinking, well, what if a few states said, no, we're going to use the paper that we've been using before we joined the United States? Civil War? Sound like Civil War to me. That's and that's again, I'm just speculating. Okay. It just makes sense. And then I think about it all. It's like, I can't have nothing but respect for that. That's just, and then they come out with this paper, and hey, look, this is the only paper. Now listen to what I'm saying. This is how I just look at things. This is the paper we're using here. You're not using any other paper. You can't copy this paper. You're going to go to prison if you copy this paper. You can't come up with your own paper if you're living here. You think that was just easy? No, man, that takes, man. It's just bananas to think about. And I'm glad I have a seat in the stadium. I'm just, wow. The way they control you, debt slaves, oh, it's like puppets with invisible strings. It's just bananas. It's like, I didn't see that. Sometimes I'll be, here I am, like, here I am, a college educated computer engineer, top tier, you know, serious systems down. I'm the person they called to help bring them back up. I'm in doing what I'm supposed to do, investing in retirement in the stock market and doing all this. The whole time, my whole career, my student loans were older than my entire career, making six figures. Now here I'm this so-called smart dude because society says I am, but I don't know that I cannot retire while having student loan debt. I cannot invest in anything while having student loan debt. I can't get a 401k match. I can't buy a life insurance policy. I can't invest in cryptocurrency or the stock market or before taxes or after taxes, bloggity blah plans. I can't do none of that with student loan debt. Here I am, so smart, didn't know that. It's just bananas. I think about, when this one job I had, they said, hey, you should sign up for a life insurance policy with us, with the company. We get reduced rates and bloggity, blah, blah, blah. You're like, hell yeah, that's the smart thing to do. Didn't know that insurance policy was only valid as long as I work for them. Once I quit or leave, guess what? The life insurance policy stops. So that means all those years I worked for the company, they got that money for absolutely free. Didn't have to pay out nothing. Hey, that's just business. I get it. I'm not angry that they did that. Okay. But it's very different when you can see. Jacques says, saw my neighbor with a big ass smile on his face, asked him why he's so happy. He apparently financed two Teslas, one for him and one for his wife, both financed with Ivy League student loan debt, both 34, two kids. Happy about two Tesla loans. Really believing. Here, this is for you Tesla owners that think you guys are doing something with a financed Tesla. You can't save money on gas with a financed Tesla. You can't do that. That breaks all the laws of mathematics. You're not so smart. You're not saving nothing. Not only are you not saving gas money using electricity, guess what else you're wasting away on? Sitting at the charger for 45 minutes to an hour to charge your fucking car. You're throwing away time. That's what you're doing. Now, what if you pulled up to a gas pump and it was a gas station that said to you, well, it's going to take 45 minutes to fill your car up with gas. Would you do it? You'll turn around and say, are you fucking crazy? I'm not staying here. I don't care what your gas. I don't even say it like this. You pull up to the gas station and the gas was 99 cents a gallon. While everybody else is $6 a gallon, this gas station, well, no, I'm not. That's extreme because you guys would do that. Say like it was average prices, okay? His gas was 99 cents. The average gas price was, let's just say, $2.50. But at this gas station, you have to wait for 45 minutes to fill your gas tank. Would you do it? You'd be like, hell no, I'll go ahead and pay the $2.50 worth of gas because I'll be in and out in 5-10 minutes. Counts on the gas tank of your car. But you guys will sit and pay for the privilege of sitting at an electric charging station for 45 minutes and pay for the privilege to waste the time in your life because you financed that Tesla. The people that buy Teslas in cash, guess where their supercharger stations are at? They're at home because they can afford to put one in the house because they could afford to buy the car. They go hand in hand. They're not going to buy the car and waste their time at a charging station fighting between you guys. Hey, I got to understand electric charging etiquette. Don't park right next to me. It's going to slow it down. And then you got to wait to something. Oh, hell no. You pull at home, plug it up. You're at home. You're not wasting any time because you're at home where you want to be. But since the majority of you guys are financing Teslas, guess what? You can't be in the house that you finance because you're always at work. 2 Teslas, 2 of them, him and hers. Now, the people in the neighborhood are going to be looking at this young couple thinking they have money. No, they have 2 car payments. That's what they have. They are so far away from saving any kind of gas money. They have no idea. That's why do you think they raise? Hey, this is speculation again. Okay, this is just my opinion. Why do you think they raise gas prices so high? So you guys will run out and finance electric cars. And you guys did just that. You guys sure did. Went out and financed electric cars. Sure did. Still making payments. Still. 2 additional owners. Sure is. Guess what's going to happen to those guys when they pull up into their employee parking lot with a brand new Tesla? You know what the employer's going to think? I got these guys for at least 84 months. They ain't going nowhere. They're going to accept all my abuse. Overtime, answering the phone when I call them. They're going to answer emails when I send them anytime after work hours, because when work is over, anything you guys do work related after work hours are over, that means you're giving away the time of your life to your business for free. Absolutely free. Absolutely. Now, how many people you think out there do that on a daily basis and think it's fucking normal? You guys think that shit is normal. That's not normal. No, it's not. No, it's not. Only debt slaves work for free, debt slaves. All an employer has to do to see if you're a debt slave, and most of them are starting to do, run your credit report. Sure is. They just run your credit. See if you got collections, you've been paying on student, especially the student loan debt. If they run your credit and they say you got student loans older than your children, oh, they have you. You ain't going nowhere. And if you have student loan, guess what else you're gonna have? A mortgage, because people with student loan debt cannot buy houses or cars. So you have a nice car and you guys a nice house and you got student loan debt. I'll say it like this. Well, they could tell everything on your credit report anyway. They'll see it. So it's not even a big secret. Never mind. But if they just say like this, say like you came across a person that you found out that they have student loan debt, but they also have a nice house and a nice car, but they have student loan debt, and you found out, that should automatically tell you that they're making car payments and they're making mortgage payments, because people with student loan debt cannot buy they cannot buy a house or a car because they have no money. So you know automatically that everything in their life is financed, especially say like this. If you went to college with somebody, right? You guys all went to college and now you guys are 40s and 50s or whatever, and you guys are still in contact. Ask your friends, hey, you guys still have your student loan debt? Yeah. That means everything in their life is also financed, because you cannot buy anything with student loan debt. Everything. Everything in their life is financed. Everything. Now, the majority of people that come here, they're like, well, what do you do, LJ? What do you I'm here to help you own yourself, because I don't even want you guys tying me to personal finance. I just use personal finance to explain it to you. Because what I teach is psychological. It's nothing I can physically show you, but I can show you with math. I can show you that. I help you own yourself. Once you own yourself, your personal credit report reflects if you own yourself or not. That's what it reflects. That's the only thing I use it for. I'll just, like right now, I just started recently doing it. I printed out a picture of my entire credit report showing all the zeros, and I just keep it in my back pocket. So if I ever come across a person and we start getting on this subject, I'm gonna pull out my credentials. I'm gonna say, hey man, I'm gonna show you something that you've probably, first of all, nobody's probably ever shown you in your life. And you're gonna see something that you've probably never even seen before, nor have you bothered to even look. Okay. And I pull it out, unfold it, it'll be all wrinkled piece of paper. And they're like, I'm gonna say, these are my credentials. They're gonna be like, what? I'm gonna open it up and they're gonna see a color picture of my credit report showing all zeros. That proves I own myself. Look, The business of me. I own the business of me. Look, have you ever seen that? No, and you never will again unless you do it yourself. How will I do it myself? That's why I'm here. I'm here to help you do the same as me. Make your credit report look like mine. So once it look like mine, you're going to connect with other people that 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 certifies that you know that they should be even talking to you. That your credit report will certify that. A credit report is an owner's ledger. It just shows how many businesses on you. That's all a credit report is. Okay, it's not a credit score are reward points as a thank you for staying in debt with the businesses that own you. Hey, thank you for paying us interest. Thank you. We're going to reward you with a credit score here. Thank you. It's just, hey, listen, it's just business. It's nothing personal. I don't care what the businesses do, what kind of interest rates credit cards charge, 18, 20, stupid 30, 29%. Who cares? I don't care. Like a like if a bank offers a loan at 27% interest, hey, come get this loan, 27% interest. I know that advertisement is not for me. So I know that commercial or advertisement that I'm hearing is like when you hear these, hey, buy now, pay later programs, look at Walmart, Target, they're doing all this stuff and they're offering that stuff. I know those commercials are not talking to me because I would never do that. Those type of commercials and ads are for people that don't know. People with student loan debt, uh, car loan debt, mortgage debt, whatever. Those are for you. Why? Because you have no money. Your whole life is a mathematical illusion. It's not even doesn't even exist. All you gotta do is look at the calculator and clearly see you don't own a house. Clearly, the car. You could if you're a Tesla owner, all you gotta do is listen. For all you Tesla owners, okay, listen. Open up the calculator app on your phone. Put in your electric car payment minus your electric car balance, and then hit equal. Now, as you're looking at the calculator, just listen to the sound of my voice. Just listen to me. That's how much gas you're saving. That's how much money you had to buy the car that you're driving that you're driving today. That's how much that's how much you paid to sit at a charging station for an hour. Okay? And then when you go and pay for electricity, you see that number that goes in there, that whatever it costs you to fill up, you take that number and then you add it to the number that you're seeing on the calculator right now as a negative. But you add that number that you see that it costs you to charge your car, you add that number to the number that you see on your calculator, and that's how much you're saving. You get it? That's what you're saving. LJ, what's also crazy are people buying houses and overpaying by tens of thousands on the house they already couldn't afford during the pandemic. I hear the story with friends, PMI too. Of course. This is let me explain to you outside the debt matrix so you guys can really get how I see things, okay? First, I understand that debt slaves are the currency. That means they have no money to buy nothing. Okay? So you put that on the table. Now, it doesn't matter where you live. Houses are being built like crazy. I mean, just every apartments and houses, it really doesn't matter because the bank owns it all. Debt slaves have no money to buy houses, so they're bank-owned houses, okay? And then you got companies like BlackRock coming in and buying all the houses and okay, and I think to myself, well, why? There's twofold, okay? When I see that, why is BlackRock, if that's the name, right? BlackRock buying all these houses from the bank? Because that's the only people they're buying them from, the bank, because the bank is the only one that owns houses. If you have a mortgage, you don't own the house. The bank owns it, right? So I think to myself, why are they buying all these houses? They're not going. I highly doubt if they're going into the banking business doing personal mortgages. I highly doubt that. They're not going to deal with debt slaves like the banks do because they don't have money like the banks. They don't have trillions of dollars like no unlimited amount of money like the banks. So they're obviously buying them to rent them out. Obviously, you guys, something must be coming. There's going to be some kind of shortage of some bullshit that they're going to make up, and then you guys are going to be renting these houses. Now, again, this is just speculation. I'm just thinking out loud. Now, of course, the banks are keeping some of the houses because there will be some people that have money that will be buying houses in cash. And then there will be a few that will be able to afford a mortgaged house. Okay. Because, of course, but the majority, nah, you guys won't have no money. You guys don't have no money, period. And it's up to the banks. It's so crazy. This was bananas when I just think out loud, right? They already own the houses. And it's up to the bank to allow, they get to allow how many people they want to buy these houses because you guys are coming to them, get the mortgages, because without them, you can't even get the house. But you guys don't know that. So they actually control how, all they got to do is lower the bank rates and then more you guys will get them. If they want you guys to slow down, they just raise the rates or just not approve you for the loan. Hey, no, because your pants, your socks are red. Sorry, we're going to deny you the mortgage. So when I think out loud, okay, why are they doing that? Okay, some kind of people going to have to rent something. Something's going to happen because it makes the BlackRock is not getting into being a mortgage lender. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that too. Who knows? They got Andre, they got full control of the control. They just turn a knob. That's it. They just turn a knob. Hold on for a quick second. It's like just turning a knob. It it's absolutely beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. It's a masterpiece. It's just to see how the way they do you guys makes. Hey man, when I say, hey, there's something with the housing, something, you hear all the debt slaves start yip yapping. When all they got to do is just stop and turn around and say, if that's true, then why are they building so many houses? Why you guys have no money to pay for that? So of course that's the bank. Of course. You think the banker is going to be building a whole bunch of houses for people for not to put you guys in them, debt slaves? You guys cannot believe that. Houses bring money. Houses bring tax revenue. What you think? Oh, debt slaves, man. Now, if you're new to the channel and you got questions, you come across my shorts and you really don't understand them, now's the time to ask. If you truly want to understand, I can explain it to you, mathematically speaking. Everything I do, I can explain mathematically, and I can show you on your calculator in mine. Now, if you leave here and still don't believe it, that's a psychological problem, okay? Like if you believe you're a homeowner and you own the equity in a house and you have a mortgage, that's a psychological problem because that's not mathematically true. That's not true. You are a loan owner, not a homeowner, a loan owner. Imagine the one person in your neighborhood that probably owns their house outright. First of all, they're not going to tell you that. If the majority of people, which they are, the majority of people in these big housing communities that are being put up all over the place, I guarantee you, maybe one, maybe two actually own their house with no mortgage. Maybe two. They're not going to tell you that they own their house because you guys will start targeting them. Oh, they must be rich. Nobody can afford to do that. So you guys just have all these, not realizing when you say things like that out loud, you can only be talking about yourself. You're saying to yourself, I will never be able to buy a house. You have to be rich. So I'm not going to be rich. So I won't be able to do it. You're really saying it to yourself out loud. And you guys think you are the same, just like when a house appreciates, you guys really believe the house appreciates for you. You think you're the same as the people the two people in your community that actually own their houses. You think the same appreciation that they receive for owning a house, you guys think you receive the same privilege when you didn't even have the money to buy the house, but you think the equity and appreciation is yours, but you didn't have the money to buy it. That's a psychological problem. That's called business. If you have a mortgage, you can't save for retirement. You can't go on vacations. You can't do nothing. You can't do anything. Now, you add student loan debt being older than your FHA mortgage, that's why you believe retirement is an age, because you have student loan debt that is older than your FHA mortgage. The majority of you guys with FHA mortgages, you know why you have them? Because you have student loan debt. That's why you have an FHA mortgage. People with student loan debt believe they can buy a house for 3.5% of the purchase price of the house. That's what people with student loan debt believe that. You know why you believe that? Because you believe you can buy a house while having student loan debt. That's why you think you can buy it for 3.5% of the purchase price. That's why when you guys use words like leverage and uh, always use other people's money and stuff like that. You guys know only debt slaves say that. You're not leveraging anybody but yourself. The bank is leveraging you because you don't know you're a debt slave. You have no idea that you're debt slaves. You think you're going to be born and leverage something that's been in place for centuries? No, you're not doing that. I can only imagine how long it must have took to make you guys all the currency. I don't know why this bird is right outside my door. Been there for loud screaming. Are you, when you come across this channel, and it's you, and you know I'm talking about you, and it's millions of you. Okay, it's not an individual you. I want you, if you're listening to this and you have a finance cell phone in your hand, this is all you got to do. See if all your friends have finance cell phones too. If you're in a group of people and all your friends believe it's normal to finance phones, that's why you guys are all friends. Same thing with car notes. If you and all your friends are making car payments, that's why you guys are all friends, because you guys think it's normal to finance a depreciating object with interest. That's why you guys are friends. And you guys probably have mortgages. Like, say for instance, let me put it in order. If you have student loan debt, that means you have no money, because if you did have money, you would have paid the student loan debt off. But since you don't have money, that means you don't have money. Not having money is the reason why you're financing a phone, a car, a house, a washer and dryer, tires, everything in your life, gasoline, when you pull out the credit card. That's why you're doing that, because your student loan debt is your oldest debt. And if you believe you own things, if you believe you invest in things when you have no money, that makes you the product. You are the 401k match. You are the cryptocurrency. You are the insurance policy. It's you. You're the stock in the stock market. That's you. It's you. You think the stock market, do you believe, like, say, like they said, hey, we're not allowing margin anymore in the stock market. Do you think the stock market could still exist? Nope. No. The stock market would stop if they stop allowing margin, because you guys have no money, which makes you the stock. You don't know that if you don't have no money, you shouldn't be investing in the stock market, because you can't. But for those of you that refuse to believe so, that's why they have margin for you guys. When they show you all the tickers and stuff on, like when you turn to like business, because this is why all the people with channels like this is why they always have screens in the background with graphs and charts and numbers scrolling along the bottom really really fast, because you look at that stuff and say, oh my god, you must have to be smart to really understand all that. You know what I see? I see you guys. You're the graph that goes up and down. That's you. You see all those numbers that are scrolling along the bottom of the screen? That's you guys. That's all you guys. Percentage rates and this and that, and China, what's doing over here. Who cares what's going on in other countries? You're here. I don't care what the money's doing in another country. What about the money here? Those charts are so easy for me to read now because I know it's all you. It's you guys. That's why they do that in the background, because if they do that, they'll make you feel like they know how to read the. All you got to do is say, "Hey, can you show us your personal credit report? We want to see if you really understand what you're trying to tell us and sell us." I found this channel, guy named LJ on the Savings Minus Debt. He says you shouldn't have no problem showing us your personal credit report since you're giving us personal finance information. We want to see if you're actually using what you're selling us. They're not going to show you. They're not going to show you. The majority of them will get insulted. Why? That's just business. Why are you getting insulted? What you if you ask somebody that's trying to give you financial advice and you ask to see their personal credit report and they get offended, you say, "Hey, whoa, why are you adding feelings to business? I don't get that. You shouldn't have no problem showing us your personal credit report. Look at all this stuff you have. Look at this building. Look at your cars. Look at your houses. Look at your jewelry. Look at your clothes that you're wearing on. You should have no problem showing us. Do you own yourself? Because if you don't own any of the stuff that you're showing us. That's what that does. So this is business. I need to see that. Because LJ over at SMD, he made a fucking video about his shit and made it live, and anybody in the world can go see him log into his credit report, and he showed everybody at age 50. And you can't do that for me, and you want me to pay you how much to do my finances, and you won't let me see your personal credit report? No, I'm not doing nothing. None of that. No, thank you. What's up, Lumina? Luminoff be sending me some good articles, man. I be liking them. Most of them, it's like when I get articles, am I really shocked about them anymore? No, because I know it has to be that way. Just like that recent lottery thing, right? The $1.1 billion. Debt slaves have a better chance of biting, forgiving all their student loans compared to them winning that. But yet they get on the news. Hey, look at me. I'm about to. You can't even imagine how much money is made off of free money. That's free money. You know how much interest you get off of $1.1 billion? Can you imagine the interest on that just in some days? It's just that's free money. All you guys are dreaming. And then when they make lottery commercials, they put in shit that you guys all dream about: vacation, being rich, boats, cars, houses, bloggity blah bullshit. And you guys just believe it, and you guys go out and buy them. Oh, I'm buying 50 tickets. You buying 50 tickets? Yeah. You have student loan debt? Yeah. That means you're the lottery ticket. It's you. Lottery tickets minus your student loan debt equals you're the lottery ticket. That's what that means. You can't buy lottery tickets while having student loan debt. Even though I'm not making payments, I'm still psychologically financing my car. Once the student loans are paid off, okay, 3,600 to go, then that will no longer be the case. That's how it works. It starts mentally. You have to get out first. You got to put it, and part of the process of paying off your debt, that is part of the work. Because when you understand what it means to be owned, and then you're paying, that's a pain. Like when I paid my student loan debt was my last debt. It was like 35, 40,000. Do you know how painful that was to pass all those checks to the government for the student loan? Man, that shit hurt. But that's part of the process to help me make sure, not only make sure I don't forget what I've done, that set me apart from 45 million other people that are in student loan debt. That instantly sets me apart. And I realized that after I paid off my student loan debt, I'm instantly different than 45 million people in student loan debt. And that's just the numbers today. You guys have no idea the numbers right now since the pandemic. Everybody going back to school. Oh, I think higher education is going to be the best way. That's the only way I'm going to be making more money, because your old job got eliminated. Now it's a whole new economy. You have no skills. You've been doing something for the last 20, 15, 20, 25 years. Now that job no longer exists. Now you need a new job, but you need a job that's going to pay you well. Guess the first thing you're going to do? I need to go to school. Then so you're going to take money. If you don't already have student loans, you're either going to get some brand new student loans or stack some more student loans on top of the student loans, because guess what? They don't make you pay while you're going to school. You're like, oh, cool, that's a win. I won't have to worry about no payments. That's all part of the plan. That's how it works. Out of sight, out of mind. Those new numbers are going to be through the roof. I bet it's over 2 trillion. It's got to be over 2 trillion by now. Got to be. If it's at 1.7, that same number that's been rolling around since before the pandemic, imagine what that number is going to be after they add these new numbers up after the pandemic. Oh boy. 2 trillion, 60 million people. Who knows? It's going to be some crazy number. You know what I say? All part of the plan. That's how they create debt slaves. See, debt slaves, you guys don't know to compare to compare certain things. There's certain signs out there that should tell you one thing over the other. Like you can bankrupt Chapter 7 all consumer debt. You can say, hey, lost my job, sick, cancer, whatever, right? Something that caused whatever. You can bankrupt that, but you can't bankrupt student loan debt. You can't bankrupt that. Now you got to say, well, why can't I bankrupt that? That's weird. That's how they own you. Well, that's how you that's how you sold yourself. I'm not going to say they own you because you sold yourself. Okay. So they didn't do anything to you. You sold yourself. It's crazy to think about. And then the only way you're going to be free is you got to pay off your student loan debt. If you don't pay off your student loan debt, you will never understand what I'm telling you today. Never, because you can't. That's against the laws of mathematics. You most definitely will never be able to feel what it's like to be free if you don't pay off your student loan debt, because you can't. That's against the laws of mathematics. The younger you understand that, especially in like let's put it this way: if you're a young adult, teenagers, whatever, right? It really doesn't matter. And let's go 18 and above, young adults, and you understand what S&D is teaching. You understand that with no debt, that means you own yourself, because you're not in debt. That means you own you. Your dating life will be totally different. You won't have to worry about dating apps. You won't have to worry about if somebody's trying to trick you, just to get in your pants or whatever, right? Especially women. You guys won't have to worry about any of that, because first of all, you probably won't even have sex with a debt slave. Okay. Sex won't control you, because you'll know that you are free, and you will know that time is the most valuable thing on earth. The order of your life will be, number 1 will be time. Number 2 will be money. Okay. And people that own themselves, they understand that is the order, and that order does not change ever. Now, if you come across a person that all you got to do is listen to them, that clearly have money above time, you're not going to tie yourself legally, biologically, to a person that has their life out of order. money's first and time is second. Nope, sorry, I can't be with you. You don't know that. Your dating life will be totally different. You won't date any, you won't care how they look. You won't care, like especially young people that are insecure, that if they don't have the latest clothes or the latest car, you think, oh my God, I'm not going to find a date. I'm here to tell you that that's not true. Once you own yourself, you'll have a different kind of energy. You will do what you want, drive what you want. You won't care what anybody thinks about it, especially if they're debt slaves. If somebody come rolling up on you and you have an older paid off car and they have a brand new whatever and they're making payments, you won't care because it's not their car. That's the bank's car. The person driving it doesn't know. Or they come up to you and say, hey, stop throwing away money on rent. You're just wasting your money. And you find out they have a mortgage with debt, with student loan older than the mortgage. You're not going to listen to them because they're clearly debt slaves. Clearly, they are the currency. The house wouldn't be worth nothing without them in it. If there's a house with nobody in it, the bank's not making any money from anybody. But as soon as they get a debt slave in it, they're making money for the next 10, 15, 20 years. Counts on how many times they refinance the house. You won't tie yourself to anybody like that. Sorry, nope. You won't have to explain it to them. You won't be insecure about anything. You won't be insecure to speak your mind to anybody. You approach anybody that you find attractive. You won't hesitate. You just walk up to them and say, hey, you won't even come up with you won't believe some of these gurus that you have to come up with some kind of line to approach a woman. You just walk right up to her and tell her how you feel. Hey, I saw you over there, man. You look good to me, and I had to come over here and talk to you. Now, if she says, oh, no, I don't like you, or I got a man, you just walk away. Okay, see you later. You walk away knowing that whatever that outcome is, you won't walk away wondering, hey, what if I coulda, shoulda, woulda. No, you'll find out and see the answer. Right now. Oh, okay, cool. You got a man, or you don't like me, you think I'm ugly, whatever. You won't even care if they find you not attractive, because that's one person on the earth. That's one person that says you're not attractive. Who cares what they think? So that's one person. Those things, this will be you. Your dating life will, hey man, I'm telling you, 99% of these problems that people have in dating people is because you're dating debt slaves. That's why you're doing that. That's why those things are happening. That's why people cheat. That's why people somebody cheating on you is not because of you, it's because of them. It's like if you're in a relationship and somebody physically cheats on you, you can look at that two ways. You can say, oh my God, I can't, maybe I wasn't satisfying them or whatever you're thinking, or they just told you something. They just told you they're not the person for you. If somebody cheats on you, they're telling you that they're not the person for you. All you got to do is just understand that. You're like, oh, you cheated? Cool. You put my life at risk to die with AIDS, and you really don't give a fuck about me. Why? You cheated on me. You say just like this. You do know there's AIDS out there, right? Yeah. You do know AIDS can kill you, correct? That's clearly a disease, right? Right. And you fooled around on me and you put my life at risk. You know I have children, right? Yeah. Well, what if you brought that home and I died? And what am I to see? You got to think deeper. That'll help you say, okay, goodbye. Thank you for showing me that. Goodbye. I'm not doing that no more. You won't be yelling. You won't be mad. You won't be say F you, screw you. I'm holding your kids back from you. You'll just say like this, I'm leaving. We'll work out the legal stuff later for the kids. I don't want to keep the kids from you. I don't really care. You fooled around on me, not the kids. Well, indirectly way you did, but whatever. That's it. You'll be totally different. You won't use dating apps. The majority of like websites and dating apps, those are all hurt debt slaves. They don't trying to cover up for another thing, something happened, whatever, right? All you gotta do is just listen to debt slaves and listen to their story. You won't be interested in dating apps because you know what they're full of. Life will be totally different. Why? All because you own yourself. That's what SMD does. I help you own yourself. You. Once you own yourself, life is different. Not only will your confidence change for yourself because you'll know immediately that you're different than millions of people, millions, and you'll understand that capitalism is psychological. You'll turn around and say, oh, shit, you mean the majority of people are debt slaves? Sure is. They own nothing. Debt slaves are people that believe they own things with no money of their own. That's a debt slave. If you believe you own a house with a mortgage, you're a debt slave. If you believe you are investing in cryptocurrency while having student loan debt older than the cryptocurrency investment, you're a debt slave. That's what that means. What's up, Robert? Now, again, the younger it is that you own yourself, you guys are closer to, like, when you just turn 18, nobody's going to tell you this, okay? But you're free. You're a legal adult. You're a free, listen, soon as you turn 18, you are a free legal adult. Not many people are going to tell you this. Also, and this is the one thing that just drives me bananas, crazy. If you are a kid that just turned 18, or you're a young adult trying to get out on your own, and then you go to try to get a place, or you go to get the power turned in your name, turned on it, or the cable, and they say, sorry, you already owe a bill. And you find out that your parents not only put the utility or whatever in your name, they also didn't pay the bill in their child's name. That should tell you about your parents' financial situation. That should tell you right away. If you're that is just low. And then not pay the bill under your child's name. That's a serious financial red flag problem. Those are red flags. Those are things that you do not want to do ever, ever. You do not want to one day have to explain to your child why you did that under their name as a grown adult, somebody you had and loved and raised, but you're gonna ruin their credit before they even get started. No, excuse me, ruin their name before they get started because they put it this way. And this is what really bothers me about that, right? You turn 18, 20, you finally start using credit, and then you find out you got a debt that you owed in your name that you know you didn't cause because you wasn't an adult. And then you go to get it removed. Guess the first thing they're going to say? In order, not guaranteed, but a high probability, okay? In order to remove that, you have to file charges against your parents. You got to file a police report against your parents for identity theft. Now you're in a rock and a hard place. Do I file against my parents or do I pay this bill? The majority of it, you're going to pay it. The majority of it not going to file against. Hell, even if I grew up and that happened to me, I probably wouldn't file either. I'd pay that bill off, but I'd make sure I'd make sure my parent knew how I felt about that. Can you imagine putting your child in? Say like this. Say like a parent put a, a 20-year-old goes out to go try to get a place, get an apartment, and say, sorry, you can't because of your credit. You're like, wait a minute, I even used credit before. Oh, it shows that you have a $20,000 debt that you owe on so and so, so and so. $20,000 for an 18-year-old, 20-year-old? That might as well be $200,000. You better believe they're going to say, hey, if your parent did this, you better believe you're going to have to file a police report for identity theft, which I believe is a felony. Somebody correct me. If identity theft is a felony, it sounds like a felony to me. Now, you're going to file on your parent? Or are you going to have to start out in $20,000 in debt when you begin life with $20,000 that you didn't create? That's fucked up, man. Mm. I couldn't even imagine doing that to my kids. That was never, even when I was in the debt matrix, that never even came to my brain to use my child's name and social security number to get utilities. That just never crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind ever. Hey, it's true because I came across this. I mean, somebody told me, said, hey, in order for get this debt removed off of my credit report, I would have to file against the person that created the identity theft. Man, can you imagine being put in that predicament by your parents? Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine that. I wouldn't even be able to look at my child in the face. Dad, you got cable in my name, ordered full package and everything, and you didn't pay for it? If you're young, if you're young and you understand this, your life is going to be different forever. And that's in a good way. You'll be able to navigate all the people trying to financially scam you, because some of the things that you guys see on the internet, hey, come get this money, it's fast, and just give me your social security, and those are laughable things because none of that is true. Nobody's asking for that kind of stuff. Only scammers do that. That's what I'm saying. When the trolls show up, your channel is having an impact for sure. That's when the trolls show up. So crazy. One thing I love about what I do, like if a troll is coming up on the comments, right? And I know everything I say is mathematically true, and then I see the trolls do they say things, oh, you're wrong, that's not true. It's like you don't really know that you're disagreeing with mathematics. It's just bananas. That's what I say in my mind. You don't know that you're disagreeing with mathematics, not me. Mathematics. Yeah, you did say that for sure. I know it's coming. It's just a little better monitoring. That's all. That's not a big deal. Crazy though. That's you know what I think about when I think about that? That's why. I don't get why. Why would you do that? I don't get it. It's just bananas to me. Why that would never cross my mind to go to a channel and do that. It's just bananas. Yeah, you've been saying that. You for sure been saying that. It's just I I didn't expect that. Okay, well now I know. All right, well let's do this. I gotta have my finger on the trigger. That's cool. That means it's getting traction. And what's crazy is I know those shorts, man. You guys have no idea. Those shorts are, man, and they're so quick and easy for me to make. I just shoot that shit off the top of my head like a rapper. It's nothing. Put them up. Wait the next day. Come look at it. It's got thousands of views. Just that quick. It's like, damn. And I'll look at the graph. It'll say 0, 0, 0, and then that shit will shoot up like a jet fighter taking off from the airport. That's how it looks like. It's like, wow. But I could only imagine the things I say, what blows probably people's mind. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? What's he talking about? That's not true. Everybody flips in houses and do well. That's who's telling you that? Who said that? And notice this too. I want you guys to pay attention to the comments. Every time a person comments negatively about my videos, notice that they always use the example of somebody else. It's never themselves. Okay. They never say, that's not true. I'm rich because I did this. I have this. They always quote Warren Buffett or Grant Cardone. They always quote people outside of themselves, like they've been actually talking to the rich people themselves. Like, you talked to Bill Gates personally? You did? Oh wow, what did he say? Oh no, the Rockefellers. Do you know a member of the Rockefellers? Do you know a member of the family? No. But then how do you know what they do? You don't. They're not talking. I guarantee you the Rockefellers, they're not talking to people about money with student loan debt. If you have student loan debt older than your kids, they're not talking to you about money. They're not. You have no idea. You guys that think that, you guys have no idea what Warren Buffett does, or Grant Cardone, or Robert Kiyosaki. You only know what they tell you. They're not going to tell you that the advice that they're giving you, they're talking about people that own themselves. The things that they do, you can do it if you have the money to do it. They're not doing it. Well, yes, they are. They're doing it with borrowed money. Yeah, but not the same way you are. Am I Desley? Will you compile all these into a playlist? That would be okay. I'll do that. Let me do that. I'll do that. That's a good idea. Thank you for recommending that. The same thing with I'll categorize the money if it doesn't make sense, or if it's not mathematically true. I'll put those all in a playlist so you guys can keep track of all those videos. That'll be much easier than you guys going to look for them. So appreciate that. Thank you very much. I will most definitely create an order for, because I can go on. Yeah, it's too much. You're right. It's too. You know what it is now, Andre? This is what I think. Shorts is the bait on the hooks. So the shorts will shock them, because Deslays have no idea what I'm talking about, not a clue. So it's going to get them, because that's how it's going to get them. Plus, they will have never heard anybody talk the way I speak. There are SMD is its own genre. It's its own dimension. There is no other channel, podcast, whatever, like this one on the internet, anywhere, on any platform, ever. So to bring them here, and then they'll see, okay, what is he talking about? Then they might go into the 3-hour videos or the 2-hour videos or whatever, right? Then they'll start, okay, let me see what he's talking about, because it intrigues you. You have to. It's like, what? Why isn't, because I can imagine all the people watching my shorts, and they're probably thinking, well, how come all these guys are not finding him to debunk him, or show him that he's lying and he doesn't make sense? Because I'm just here to tell you, because they can't, because what I'm saying is mathematically true. What you guys need to do is this. What you got, all these guys that are debunking people and doing all this other stuff, you need to be asking, can we see your personal credit report? It will show if they need to be debunked. All you guys got to do is ask to see their personal credit report. You see how I freely show you mine? They should be doing the same. Giving you financial advice, they should be doing the same. You need to see if they own themselves, the business of themselves. If they refuse to do it or get offended, that means that there's something there that they don't want you guys to see. That's the purpose of credit reports. Mark my words. SMD will one day be all over the United States and then the world. That's how it's going to go. That's the order. And not to be bragging, I've never heard nobody speak the way I speak. I've never heard anybody in my life, and I'm 52. I've never heard anybody speak the way I speak. I've never heard psychological capitalism. That's for sure. Never. All right. Any questions before I go? Because I'm about to wrap this up, man. Voice getting all tired. Trolls coming through. Trolls coming through. I knew that was coming, though. I knew that was coming, because sometimes I think about the big channels. I just think, what do they deal with? What, you know what I'm saying? What do they go through? Like imagine like a movie star or a famous person, man. They can't. I guarantee you, they miss just not being bothered in public, right? I bet you they miss that. I bet you they miss being able to walk by themselves and just not be bothered. Just nobody bothered, because everybody has bad days. Can you imagine being a comedian And everybody that's going to see you is automatically think that you're just ready to be funny. You're always laughing when you can have a bad day, and you can't just say, "Hey, leave me the F alone. I don't want to be bothered." Then you're all over social media as rude. It's like, I bet you they missed that. I guarantee you, when I meet, put it this way so you guys can understand the power of owning yourself, okay? When I start to meet famous people, they're going to immediately know that I'm not like their fans, because I'm going to look at them just as a person. To me, like, for example, say like I met Will Smith. The only Will Smith that I know is Will Smith LLC. I don't know Will Smith personally. I don't know. But when I look at him or when I speak to him, he will be able to get that energy off of me understanding that without me explaining that. Anybody famous, they'll know right away that I'm not like a fan. I own myself. I'll be very different, very different. It doesn't matter who that person is, how much money they have. It means that don't mean anything to me, because as a debt-free person, I already know that I'm different than millions of people in the United States of America. They're just escalating. Yeah. That's just I don't know. That shit is funny. I don't get it. I just don't. You think you see stuff like that, and things like that don't even come to my brain to even do something like that. So when you see it, you're like, wow, why? I don't get it. Why? Okay, well, just disrupt the stream or something. Maybe they do that. So hey, look, this guy's showing porn on his. I don't know. It's got to be. I'm assuming there's a purpose. And just think, you guys probably work with that person, probably have a job with that. You probably have a job with that person, because a lot of you guys at work, you guys think you guys are buddies because you're at work, and you guys think you know each other. But the majority of people at work is because they have to be there. You guys have to be there. It's very different having a job. It's very different having a job uh, when you don't have debt versus you do, right? When you when you're at work and you don't have debt, you don't work after hours. You don't let the boss talk to you like you're crazy. Uh, you don't. They'll know that you're different. They'll know right away. They will. Okay, that kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense. Question, LJ. A friend of mine is financing. Oh, a friend, huh? Mina. Okay. No, I'm just messing with you. A friend of mine is financing a new $40,000 Jeep, but has $60,000 in cash in the bank. She is doing this because she wants to build her credit. Is that no? That's not a good move at all. She needs to go to. She needs to. People are having problems making their payments, right? So she needs to look for that same Jeep and catch a debt slave in financial trouble right now. She could probably get it way less than $40,000 for sure. She's thinking about going to the car lot and paying whatever. All you gotta do is just look into a magazine, somebody trying to get rid of their Jeep that she wants, and they just can't handle the payments, and they don't want their credit ruined, so they're ready to sell it for whatever they have, or whatever it's worth. You might get lucky. Can you imagine, like, say, like somebody had that same Jeep she had, and they were down to the last, let's say, $15,000 on it, and then they lost their job. And then they lost their job. They will sell that Jeep for less than Blue Book value. They will sell it for less than Blue Book value. I promise you. Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. Just wait a year. Everything, everything will be on sale for sure. Hey, put it this way: The repo lots will be packed. If they're not packed already, they will be packed. And if you got $40,000 in cash, she can get her a very, very nice Jeep if she just be patient. So that's right. What's up, Omanique? I know it's not you for sure. For surely that I know it's not you. So anyway, all right. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you, everybody. Hey, and you guys that are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for watching my shorts and subscribing. Much appreciated. And if you have any questions, and if you're listening in your car, you can email me at savingsminusdebt@gmail.com. That's savingsminusdebt@gmail.com. And if you enjoyed the stream and learned something from it, my Cash App is Savings Minus Debt. Cash App is Savings Minus Debt. And again, if you want an appointment, you can either email me or go to my website at savingsminusdebt.com or just email me. And I can just set you up with an appointment that way. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. But of course, there's a fee for consultations. Check that out. Let me know. All right, you guys have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. All right, and keep looking out for those shorts because they're going to keep on coming. All right, thanks everybody. Omanike, Andre, Amina, appreciate it. Trolls, thank you. All right, you guys have a good one. Later.